Hello everyone. Welcome to Come Sit at My Table and welcome to our Sunday subscriber series. It was back in January, I believe, January, maybe early February of 2024 when we did our very first recipe that was sent in to us from a subscriber to our channel. Now that was before we even had considered doing Subscriber Sundays. It wasn't even an idea yet. But we received a recipe from a lady in Woodway, Texas named Randa Fuller. Randa sent us a recipe for corn dip and said, I think you might really like this. Give it a try. If you want to use it on your channel, I give you permission to do that. So, while we were in Florida that year, we made that corn dip and served it at, I believe, at the Super Bowl party. Is that right, Melissa?
Yes, we had a Super Bowl party that we served it for.
Right. And a couple of weeks after that, I said to Melissa, I have an idea for a series that we could do on our channel. Why don't we ask people to send us recipes and we'll start using their recipes on Sunday. We'll do it blindly. We won't practice it. We'll just do them and see how they turn out. And we'll call it a Sunday subscriber series. So that Sunday subscriber series actually was kind of born from Randa sending us that first recipe for corn dip. Well, in the process of the next few months after that, Randa and Melissa communicated back and forth through text and through the mail, and Randa has turned out to be a really good friend of ours. Now, we've never met Randa. She's a subscriber on our channel from Texas, and we're a long way from Texas. So we've never met her face to face. But we've developed a friendship just by calling each other and talking to each other, and it's just been wonderful. So Randa has sent us more recipes. And one of those is the recipe we're going to do today. It's called company chicken. I've never heard of this recipe. Well, I hadn't heard of it until Randa sent it to us. And it is so simple. It literally has 4 ingredients. So easy to do. And I think this is going to be wonderful because if Randa says it's company worthy, I guarantee you it's company worthy. Let's talk about what we're going to use to make company chicken. We're going to start with some boneless, skinless chicken breast. Randa's recipe really doesn't say how many chicken breasts to use or how much of any of this to use. She just says, put some chicken breast in a 9x13 pan. I'm using 4 because Melissa and I are going to have 4 and we're going to take 2 to our daughter and our son-in-law. So we're doing 4. You can increase this, decrease this. If you want to only do 2, or if there's just one of you at home and you just want to do 1, you can do that. But we're doing 4 chicken breast. You're also going to need some bacon. And I think, if I've estimated correctly, I'm going to need about 2 slices of bacon per chicken breast. We're literally going to cut the bacon in half, and we're going to take those pieces and lay them over our chicken. We're going to just cover the top of it with that bacon. Now we're going to bake those for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. While they are baking, we're going to stir together some cream of mushroom soup and some sour cream. Randa says you can use as much as you want depending on how much gravy you want to make with this dish. The only thing she said was that you needed to use equal amounts of the cream of mushroom soup and sour cream. So I like a lot of gravy, and we're going to fix mashed potatoes and corn to go with this. So I want some of this gravy to go over the mashed potatoes. So I've got 2 of these large 22-ounce can, family-sized cans of cream of mushroom. I got a 24-ounce box of sour cream. And I already had a box of sour cream that we literally had just used a spoonful out of. So I'll use part of that to help us have equal parts. Now, this is so simple, you all. we're just going to take our bacon and cut it in half. So let's see, I think I've got 4 breasts. I'm going to start with 8 pieces of bacon. So I'm just going to separate out 8 pieces, and I'm going to cut that in half. I probably should have put that in the freezer for just a minute to firm it up a little bit, but you know what, it cut fine. And now we're just going to cover each piece of chicken with that bacon. Now, I did talk to Randa yesterday, and she said you don't wrap the bacon around it. You just put it over top and maybe down the sides a little bit. Just make sure that chicken is covered. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not wrapping it. I'm just putting it right on top. And whatever extra there is, I'm just going to tuck it in to the sides. Okay, I'm going to get that done for all 4 of my chicken breasts. And then we're going to put these in a 350 degree preheated oven and let them bake for 30 minutes. Now, let me tell you that Randa did also say that when you take this out, it's going to have some grease in the pan. Well, of course it is, because we're using bacon, raw bacon, and that's going to give off some grease. She was adamant that you absolutely do not drain that grease off of your chicken and bacon. She said, do not get rid of that grease. Leave it in the pan. It will absorb right back into that chicken and make it delicious. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave that grease right in the pan, and we will heat up our mushroom soup and sour cream to pour over it. All right, I'm going to get these wrapped, and then I'm going to get them in our oven for 30 minutes. I am taking our cream of mushroom soup out of the can, and I'm going to mix it. I'm going to whisk it together with the sour cream and heat that, because we don't want to put cold gravy, cold mushroom soup and sour cream on top of our hot chicken, because that would cool it down and keep it from baking. So I'm just taking this out of the can, and I'm going to start heating it so that I can pour it over my chicken. Now, my chicken has cooked for 30 minutes, but that bacon was not even close to being done. So I have turned on the broiler, and I'm letting that broil just a little bit, and it's looking good. I'm just going to let that broil so that that bacon will crisp up a little bit. Now, Randa did tell me that she throws the bacon away. The bacon's on there to flavor the chicken and for the grease, for the flavor in the gravy. But she said when she's finished baking it, she takes the bacon off and throws it away. I don't want to do that. I don't like to waste anything if I can keep from it. So I asked her about broiling it and crisping up the bacon so it would be crisp and you could eat it. And she said she had never done that, but that might work. So that's what I'm trying. We're going to see if that works or not. Who knows? It might, it may not. I hope it does. So I'm going to have to watch it closely, because I sure don't want that bacon to burn. And I've got to get this gravy, this sauce mix, whisked together and heated to pour over it. So I'm going to continue doing that. And when it's ready to pour over, we will come back and let you see what the chicken looks like. All right, I'm just going to start whisking this together. Let's see, I better turn my heat on, hadn't I?
Always helps.
Helps to heat it up if you turn the heat on. Should have already had that on. So I'm just going to stir and whisk this up and let it heat through so that we can pour it on our chicken. I did broil the bacon for about 20 minutes. because I wanted that bacon to be done enough that we could eat it if we wanted to leave it on there. So now I'm just spooning the gravy, the sauce, over the chicken and the bacon. And I'm going to put it all on there because I am fixing mashed potatoes for us to have with this. And I think this is going to make a really good gravy. So it's all going on, and we're going right back into the oven for 30 to 45 minutes. I will use my instant read thermometer to insert and check the temperature of the chicken. Okay, we'll be back after it's baked. So I'm using my internal thermometer to check our chicken breast, and they are all above 165, which is where you need to be. This one's at 171. That's where they need to be in order to be cooked all the way through. So we're going to taste one. I'll take this one right here, if I can get it out of there. Look at that delicious gravy this makes. And I can see why Randa says it's called company chicken. Ooh, babe, that is hot. I don't know if you can sample this or not.
I think I'm gonna wait until we get the mashed potatoes ready.
And the corn?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to do a bite. It might burn me up, but. And I do have the bacon still on here, even though Randa says she removes it before she serves. Finger licking good. That's hot. Wow. I can definitely taste the sour cream. That is delicious. And Randa says she serves this gravy over mashed potatoes or rice. And she did tell me yesterday that she's never served it with noodles, but she thinks it would be really good with noodles too. All right, I'm going to have you look at this, babe. I don't know if you can see all of this. I'm going to try to get it all on the fork so you can see the whole thing. Man, that is so good. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that chicken and that bacon. Wow. I'm ready to dig into that. All right, thank you so much for watching our video. We do appreciate it. Right below this video, there's a like button. We'd appreciate you clicking that. There's a subscribe button under the video. If you haven't clicked it before, we invite you to do that. Click the little notification bell beside of it and then the word all, and that will subscribe you to our channel. Right under this video is a description box. If you click in that box where you see Company Chicken, the title of this recipe, that box will expand. The written recipe is there. Our contact information is there if you want to mail us a recipe to possibly use on our channel. And under our mailing address is a link to the Amazon page where you can purchase our cookbook if you're interested in that. At the very bottom of the page, there's a place for you to leave comments, and we love reading your comments. So feel free to go down there and leave us a comment. Thank you again for watching. Randa, thank you so much for sending in this recipe and the others.
And your friendship, Randa.
And your friendship. We sure do appreciate your friendship. Thank you so much for watching. We want you to remember, you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day and make some company chicken.